Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I know I haven't posted a video in a while and I'm still working on those couple that I promised. And I'm working on those. It's just my life's been hectic. I'm moving and yeah, life's just a mess right now, but I will get those out. I promise you that. And today, since it's Halloween, I'm I'm gonna rank my top 10 favorite 80s cult classic horror movies for you guys. And if you guys haven't seen them, watch them because I said them, so they're really good. But yeah, I just wanted to do that because it's Halloween. So yeah, and of course I had to do something 80s. So yeah, here's my top 10 favorite 80s cult classic horror movies. So I hope you guys enjoy. Okay, so in 10th place, we have Silent Night, Deadly Night. This movie is really good gore-wise, like top-notch gore. And it's a killer Santa. What more can you ask for? This is one of Linnea Quigley's, if you're a horror fan, you'll know who that is. Linnea Quigley's one of her first performances. Her first was Graduation Day. But I think this was like her second or third role in a slasher movie. So this is lots of meaning in the slasher world. It is really good. It's just a killer Santa going around killing people who are naughty on Christmas. What more can you ask for? It's a really good movie. You guys need to check it out if you guys have not seen it. It's really good. Okay, so in 9th place, we have My Bloody Valentine from 1981. This is such a good slasher movie. Like, literally, this is really good for early 80s. I can't say it enough. It is top notch for early 80s slasher movies. It's really gory. I recommend you watch the uncut version because they did have to cut out a lot of the gore in the R-rated cut. So I would say watch the unrated cut, but it is a really good watch. It's just fun and it's gory if you like gore. So this is like a good gore hound movie. Really good. That's my 9th place. Okay, so in 8th place we have um for me this movie holds a lot in my heart because it was one of the first slasher movies I watched. So I just love it for that. But my caveat to you guys is it's not everyone's cup of tea. Not a lot of people like this movie, but Final Exam. I love this movie. It might be slow at times. I just think it's a fun watch. Not the best gore. I just really like this one. It has a little place in my heart for being one of the first ones I watched. I like the final girl. She is a good final girl, not the best, but I like what she does at the end. Because this is something we want all the final girls to do, and they don't do. But she delivers. She does what we all want her to do. She does what we all tell her to do on the screen. So I love this movie, and I put it in 8th place. Okay, so my 7th place one might shock a lot of people. It's a good movie. Don't get me wrong, but I think there's better than it. But Sleepaway Camp. It is a classic in the classic genre of horror slasher movies of the 80s. It's really good. But I just feel like it takes from Friday the 13th a little too much, but that's my opinion. I know everyone has their different opinions. I love the movie. I still love it. It's really gory. Love it. It's still a good movie on its own. I just feel like it came too soon after Friday the 13th, and I have the same opinions on The Burning. So, before you guys are like, do you feel the same about The Burning? Yes, I do. I just feel like they came too soon after Friday the 13th, that it kind of feels like they just wanted to rip off Friday the 13th. And I know Friday the 13th was a cash grab from Halloween. But Friday the 13th is my favorite movie of all time because it was the first horror movie I ever saw. So, this is my opinions. So, yeah, number 7 is Sleepaway Camp. In 6th place is one of my favorite movies of all time, Prom Night. Jamie Lee Curtis. That's the first thing. Jamie Lee Curtis. Prom, 1980. Good soundtrack. Love the movie. Really good gore. Jamie Lee Curtis. That's like the main thing, is it's Jamie Lee Curtis in her third horror movie in the 80s. And it's just a really fun watch. It's a fun little slasher movie. It deserves its place in one of the best cult classic 80s slasher movies because it's a really good movie. So if you guys have not seen it, watch Prom Night. It is such a good movie. It is worth the watch. So yeah, my number 6 is Prom Night. In my 5th place is the one and the only Reanimator. This movie is just so good. It, in my opinion, is a landmark in 80s movies because it kind of takes a break. I love slasher movies, like, don't get me wrong. I am a big slasher movie fanatic. But this movie takes a break from slashers and brings us into those old 1940s, 30s, 50s horror movies of the mad scientist and science experiments gone wrong. But it brings a new age in the time, new age to those stories. So it's really gory, filled with nudity, because it's the 80s. And it's just an amazing movie. So my 5th place is Reanimator. And my 4th place is just one of my favorite horror movies of all time. One of the first ones I watched, so that's why it's higher on the list for me. But Sam Raimi's Evil Dead. And I know what people are going to say to me. The second one's better. Everyone says the second one's better to me. But in my opinion, the first one's the best in the franchise. And you can't tell me otherwise, because that's my opinion. And I freaking love Evil Dead 1. It is just so good. Love it so much. It just meant so much to me. And it was one of the first ones to actually scare me. And it just traumatized me as a kid. But that's why I have a little place in it for my heart. It has good special effects. It's just a really good movie. If you have not seen it, watch it. I don't even think it should be a cult classic. I think it should be a classic. So, watch Evil Dead. In my 3rd place, I have another one of my favorites. Well, they're all my favorites, so I really can't say that. But in 3rd place is the one, the only, Night of the Demons. This movie is just cream of the crop of late 80s slashers. I mean, you have everything gory, special effects, nudity, demons, Halloween. It's literally God's gift to us. This movie is so freaking good. If you have not seen it, just watch it. It's a fun 80s slasher movie, and it's an hour and a half of your life that you won't regret you watched, like, spend, because it's really good, and I watch it every year for Halloween. It is such a good movie. Amelia Kincaid is just so good at Angela. Linnea Quigley again, because she was the slasher icon, as Suzanne, and it's just amazing time, special effects wise, everything. Love this movie. That's my number 3rd place. Number 2 for me is another late 80s classic. Well, it's a cult classic, but for me it's a classic in the horror genre, and that's Chopping Mall. This movie is literally killer robots in a mall. It's a horror movie that takes place in a mall. How 80s can you get than that? I beg to differ. I know it's my number 2, so you guys are like, what's number 1? You guys will see, but let me explain Chopping Mall first, because it deserves credit. Chopping Mall is so good. Gore-wise, a girl's head blows up. Like, literally, this movie would be like my number 5 million. Like, not badly, but like, you know what I mean? It would be my number 1 if this next one didn't come out. So, Chopping Mall, really good. Watch it. It is amazing. As you can tell, I love this movie so much. I love all these movies, but like Chopping Mall, so fun, so 80s, and killer robots killing people in the mall. Literally so good. So that's my number 2 place. Okay, you guys might be shocked I'm number 1, but it's a whole franchise. Summer Party Massacre. I love this entire franchise to death. And as you guys might know, if you guys are my friends watching this video, you guys know, because I talk about Summer Party Massacre so freaking much, I had to put it at number 1. The whole entire franchise is so good. Yes, I know there's a remake. I have it, but I'm counting like the main franchise, not the remake. But these movies are just so good. They're such a fun watch. Like, literally, it's campy 80s slasher. Literally the best you can get. And I know the third one came out in 1990, so it's technically a 90s horror movie, but it's early, I think it was like mid 1990s, so I still consider it an 80s movie. It's really, really good. If you have not seen the entire franchise, just watch the entire franchise. Well, find a way to watch 3, because 3 is not digitized yet. But the entire franchise is just so good, and it deserves. I love this franchise so much. That's why it's my number one. This franchise is like my favorite in the world. Everyone knows I love it. So, my number one is Slumber Party Massacre. I hope you guys enjoyed my video. I wanted to do something in the Halloween mood because I love Halloween. And as if people know me, I am a big horror movie nerd and I love the 80s. So, like 80s horror movies, that was the golden age for horror. Of course, it just fit together because I love the 80s and I love horror. So, I hope you guys enjoyed my top 10 cult 80s slasher movies or just cult classic 80s movies horror. And if you guys have not seen them, some of them, watch the ones you haven't seen. They're really good and they're a fun watch. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And I'm so sorry that my other videos that I promised are late. I will get them out. My life's just hectic right now. And I hope you guys understand that. I love you guys so much. Stay rad. Love y'all.